Hello farmers, you're welcome back to our YouTube channel. So far you are having layers at hand. You are watching the right video at the right time, even in the right channel. This is Addota Farm. We talk about agriculture, we talk about livestock, we talk about crops and other things that are pertaining to agriculture. But basically here, livestock is what we discuss the most. So if you having any challenges or the other, you can check into our YouTube channel. Just check some of our videos. I believe you are going to get the one that will help you sort out the problem. Even if it can't solve everything, it will at least do half of it. So today I make this video for those who are going into poultry farming, especially egg production, layers, for those who will be keeping layers in their farms and how to keep them successfully. So you may keep them. I'm not saying you won't have mortality. You may have mortality, but it won't be much if you take all this precaution. Before we go into today's content, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get notified when next we drop a new content like this for you. Just subscribe, it is free. And to those who have already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing to our YouTube channel. We promise we are not going to fail you, and we promise we'll keep on bringing things that will help you grow on your farmland. To raise a successful layers, if you are not getting them from the point of lay, if you are to get them from day old, you are going to make a brooding house for them, a well covered and a well heated room to raise the chicks. So you take them, you put them in one room. So you make, is that a wooden charcoal, whatever you can use the gas brooder, anyone you think you can use. We have lots of it that people are using. So whichever you decide to use on your own, yeah, that is what you are going to use to heat their room, their brooding house. So from that level, if they reach some certain days, you take them out. All those things are not new to you. Take them out to the repen, so you start raising them from there. If you are going to start with their feed, even when they are still there, you are going to give them some medications at their own level. So you are going to give them medication. All those things will help them to be stronger. So if you are to start their feed, you are going to start with super starter. And if you start with super starter, you are going to feed them up to 7 to 8 weeks before you change to grower. 7 to 8 weeks. So that starter will give them nutrients and other things that will help them to grow very fast and to grow very well and to do very well. So after they reach 7 to 8 weeks, what you are going to do is to change their feed to grower. So you start giving them growers until they reach their peak production. I'm talking about layers specifically. So once they reach their peak production, you are going to change the feed from grower to layers. Is that you choose mash or you choose pellet, whatever you choose to use for them. So you are going to change from growers to layers. I made a video about when to give your chicken layers. So, and I told you at least between 10 to 15% is good enough before you change to layers feed. So you don't give your chicken layers maybe when they reach the exact weeks or exact month that they told you that they should reach, and you did not see anything like egg and you are giving them layers feed. That will affect them. I told you already, so you can check the video or you can see it at the end of this video. Please watch all the videos. All these videos are going to help you to grow very well. So once they reach their peak production at 10%, you can now change to layers. So after you change to layers, you keep on feeding them with that. How many kilos of feed should a single layer eat in a day? So the range is between 0.12 grams to 0.125 grams. So it is between 0.12 grams, they don't call it that way. In mathematics, we don't call it that way, but between 0.12 grams to 0.125 grams. But please take note of this. If your chicken are getting fatter, reduce the feed. So that will affect layers. That is the range of the feed they are going to eat per day. So if you give them that, they'll be eating and they'll be doing very well. So, and I told you about the pig production already. Another thing you should know is their medication. They are medication, very, very important. Don't forget about Lasota. I don't know, in one of my videos, I think I talked about Lasota too, and I told you what Lasota does. It stronger the egg shell, and it fertilize the eggs, like boost the size of the eggs too, and so many other things that it does. Even Lasota is used to cure Newcastle. You know, it's part of their medication. But please, let me warn every one of us that is going into this business. If you are going into egg production, please make sure you have a farm doctor. If you have yours and it is little, then you should have a professional that you are going to contact, so that the person can put you through and help you through in whatever thing you want to do in the farm. But if you are starting big, or your farm is very big, please have a farm doctor and let the farm doctor direct you on what to do and what not to do. So you are going to give them Lasota every month. For instance, for example, in an easy way, if you are giving them Lasota at every 31st day, that is the ending of the month. So if you give them in January 31st, make sure in February 31st, you know, February doesn't reach 31st, but I'm only giving you an example. So in February 31st, you give them. After giving them February 31st, March 31st, you should know that you are giving them another Lasota. So April 31st, you are giving them another Lasota. So that is how you'll be giving it to them, time to time, every month. And number two, you deworm and delouse quarterly. Quarterly, I mean every 3 months of the year. You deworm and delouse quarterly, every 3 months of the year. Don't let your chicken get to be itching, using their beak to be itching their body before you notice you have to deworm or delouse them. Put that in mind. Deworm and delouse every 3 months of the year. And don't forget, I talk about this too in one of my videos. I talk about how to give your chicken, how to fasten the growth, and how to boost your chicken with vitamin. So the growth of your chicken with vitamin, so you can check that too. I have the video there too. Whatever medication you give to your chicken, please make sure to give them vitamin for 3 days. If you give them Lasota on the 31st, know that on the 1st, on the 2nd, on the 3rd, you are going to give them vitamin. Not that you are giving them vitamin once in a while. No, you are giving them the vitamin throughout the day. If you give them in the morning and they drink it before 9 o'clock, you are not giving them ordinary water. You are giving them vitamin again. If they drink it, if they finish it before 12 o'clock in the afternoon, please, you are not giving them ordinary water. You are giving them vitamin again. So they are going to drink vitamin throughout that 3 days. Put that at the back of your mind. So all these things will help your layers to do very well. Antibiotics is very, very essential too. So you are going to give them antibiotics. So that is why, please, I told you, you have to get a farm doctor, and they should give you a schedule, like a medication schedule for the layers. So every farm, I'm employing you, please, is either you get a farm doctor or you get someone you consult that will do all these things for you. So you will have a farm medical schedule, like on Tuesday, so date you are using the woman the louse. On Friday, so days you are using Lasota. On this so days you are using. So all these things will help you to keep it into time, and there won't be failure, and nothing will affect your chicken. So you will get to do whatever things you want to do for them at the right day. Not that you will just wake up and say, oh, let me give them this, let me give them that, let me give them this. No, there will be a table for medication, like for them, and you'll be giving it to them. So when it's time to give them antibiotics, you give them antibiotics. Let me warn you, please, whenever time you go to the store to buy antibiotics, I made this video because I have to chat with somebody yesterday, so I have to put these two inside this video so that you can learn from it too. If you want to go and buy antibiotics for your layers, you may go and buy for other this thing that I don't, other chicken that are not laying, but if you are keeping them for, is that a Isa Brown, is that a Noila, is that a broiler, and you are keeping them for egg production, please, whatever antibiotics you are going to get, check the label. If they write not for layers, don't apply it, don't give it to your layers. If they write it, there will be a label there. Just check the label. They will write it down there, and they will write not for layers. If they write not for layers, please don't give it to your layers. And remember, I have a video about how to calculate all this medication for your chicken, so you can check the video too. I did the simple arithmetic there, and it will help you to calculate the medication easily. So that is how you are going to give it to them every day. What are the reasons why you have mortality every day inside your pen? The reasons are not much. It's either they are sick for one thing or the other. If your chicken are too fatty, they are going to die. Your layers, they are going to die. You know, they are females, so they are going to die. They might not be dying like massively, but they will be dying gradually. You may see one today, one tomorrow, or two in a week, or three in a week. So that's to affect them. So, and if their poo is greenish, you should try to give them medication for that. So you try to, if you're having mortality inside your pen, try to go there in the middle of the night or in the evening when everything is silent and your chicken are about to rest. You know, although they don't rest, if you on light for them, they will still eat throughout the night, but in the evening at least they will be a little bit calm. Go into their midst, stand for a while. So that is how to check them up if something is wrong with them or not. So you stand for a while. After you stand for a while, if they are sneezing, that means you are going to treat them for CRD. I think you are going to treat them for that. So after this, the next thing you are still going to do is keep on watching your layers. If they are not, I talked about it the other time, if they are not using their beak to scratch their body, that means they don't have louse. So you should check all these things very well. And another thing you can do to avoid mortality in your farm is to check their nipple every day. The nipple of the water, you know nipple now. So nipple, all this red this thing that brings out water for them, you check the nipple of the water. If any chicken die inside one box, inside one cage, if you take the chicken out, so what you're going to do is to check the nipple if water is coming out. Dryness of throat, lack of water will let all this chicken to die too if they are eating without drinking. The reason is because this nipple, you know, it is the space at which the water is coming out is very small, so there might be a dirty coming from the drinker into the pipe and from the pipe into the nipple, so it will block the nipple. So if you are checking it time to time, so this will avoid mortality too. So that too is very helpful. And another thing you're still going to do to avoid all this thing is don't allow burning, what should I call it, bush burning, whereby there will be smoke, a lot of smoke coming from one side or the other into the pen where your layers are. It is not good. It affects them very well. Even that is very worst. If your chicken are going to die for that, it will be very massive. They are going to die massively. So don't allow bush burning in a close area whereby your layers are. So take all this precaution and make sure to flush your poo maybe every week. It's very important. You flush their poo every week and you clean their surrounding. So all this will help your chicken to be healthy and they will be stronger. So this is all I want you to know about how to raise a successful layers and how to keep them healthy for your egg production. So thank you for watching all our videos. Thank you for watching it to the very end. Thank you for subscribing, and don't forget, keep on subscribing. I am Simeon O. James.